This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News. News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Police. We don't get no justice because they don't know no justice. We don't get no peace because they don't know no peace.
Yeah.
We don't get no justice because they don't know no justice. We don't get no peace because they don't get no peace.
Yes, A.L.L. I want to ask you this as well. You being a leader theologian and an academic, what's your thoughts about forgiving people, forgiving your enemies that trespass against you?
I believe as a Christian, if you subscribe into the Christian faith, forgiveness is a tenet of the faith. However, everybody forgives differently and at different times. What I mean by that is we should always be striving to get on the road to forgiveness. However that looks, or wherever that looks, or how long it takes is dependent upon the person and God in which they serve. So, for instance, you're talking about, we mentioned earlier about Charleston. More power to the family members who were able to forgive. However, there were a lot of people who were not in a position of forgiveness yet. And I wanted to reaffirm to them that it's okay to struggle with forgiveness and to struggle to get on the road. One of the things that I read when I read scripture is that even Jesus on the cross said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus is not saying, I forgive them. Jesus is giving us leeway to say, Father, forgive them. Help me get to the point where I need to forgive. So cheap forgiveness or suppression, what I call suppression forgiveness, or let's just, make everything all right for the moment. I forgive you, you forgive me. That doesn't really work because you really have not forgiven within your heart and within your spirit. And when something pops up, it just bubbles up and you explode. True forgiveness is to release your right to be angry with the person who has wronged you, and you're not forgetting. Matter of fact, forgiveness is not forgetting. You got to remember in order to forgive anyway. But I release the right to be mad at you. And that means if I want to walk with you for a future together, yes. Or if I want to separate myself, that's okay too, because I need to take care of me and I need to stay around, not stay around toxic relationships. So forgiveness is dependent not on what others say, but on the person and the person alone.
Thank you so much, Johnson, for that insight. I want to ask you this though. I was asking people, saying, if you pray for your enemies and forgive your enemies, are you making them powerful every generation, undermining your own generational future?
No, I don't think so. I think that admonishment, forgiving others and praying for others, actually helps a person deal with some of the anger and frustrations and that funny feeling that we get in the pits of our stomachs when we are upset with. Because if I were praying for you, my brother, and I were really sincerely praying for you, sooner or later something inside of me is going to be released, and that's okay. You don't even know I'm praying for you. So it does not mean that I am giving you a pass or I'm selling out or whatever the case may be. I'm thinking about me I'm thinking about my health. I'm thinking about my own walk, not only with God, but walking with others as well too. Because if I'm mad at you, and if I can't take that anger out on you, guess who I'm gonna take it out on? On people that I love. And forgiveness or praying helps me, and lamenting. That's another thing that we don't talk about a lot. The lament, the crying out, the shouting to the top of your voice. Why, Lord? Why? What's going on here? I'm mad and I just can't take this any longer. Those laments are very powerful in getting a person back to equilibrium and getting a person back to an understanding and a rationale in which they can begin to walk and to begin to live faithfully and serving the God and serving people as well.
Brother Johnson, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.